animal family. Just turning my phone down here a little bit for you so we don't have to listen to this thing go off and off and off and off and off. It's all it's been doing. Thanks to Bettina getting me on that interview. The channel's really blown up, guys. You guys are awesome. We're reaching out to places that we haven't been, and we keep going up and up and up. So I'm blessed. It just keeps happening, and I'm not even trying. The motel we're going to the 25th, don't miss it. I'm going to do a little I guess I'll take you on a little stroll through it and show you everything that's going to be there. You're not going to believe where we're going. But anyways, got a story for y'all tonight. I want to talk a little bit about Miss Hamilton. I found some things on there that kind of were interesting to me, and they have changed a few things since the initial report. The police report has also been changed, which last I knew you're not supposed to do that. But let's go ahead and talk about it. It says the initial suspicion fell upon Hamilton's 2 dogs that she walked with. To no one's surprise, Hamilton's DNA was found on the dogs, but they showed no sign of aggression when the police and EMS arrived on the scene. The dogs didn't show aggression toward first responders or the victim. So if they had killed her, you would assume that they would still be attacking her because Miss Hamilton was not dead. She was not deceased when they found her. She was alive in a ditch of water up to her shoulders. Samples of 14 local area pets were taken, and none matched any of the samples taken from Hamilton's body. None of the dogs in the area matched any of the samples that were on her body. 49 different DNA tests were done, and did determine, though, that at least part of what attacked her, and that's the key word, part of what attacked her is a dog, but was ultimately inconclusive as it could be only a type of canine from a domestic dog to coyote, a wolf, or something more exotic. And if you look up the word exotic, it means foreign or unknown animal. Western Carolina science teacher Maureen Hickman told commissioners the animal may have been the hybrid offspring of a dog, coyote, dog, wolf, or an unknown animal. Canine in nature. Investigating the area, investigators found some wet footprints in the road, but they were likely from the 2 dogs that were found on the scene. But what they don't tell you about that is whenever you read deeper into it, these footprints have a larger significance than what they're talking about. I dug even deeper. These footprints, and the reasons they were listed in the initial report is because an animal control officer that was there said the prints were too large to be any known animal and appeared to be bipedal. Okay? Prints were too large to be any known animal and appeared to be bipedal of a canine print. Later they said they were possibly the double prints of a canine, but did not exclude the idea of why they would have been bipedal, moved in a bipedal motion, and took 3 steps to get across the roadway. That's very, very important to me, and I'm sure to you guys. All in all, the conclusion is that DNA testing has ruled out any single dog or species, but given no clear evidence as to what Brenda's attacker might have been. They're admitting they have no idea, again, what has attacked her. In addition to all of this, bite marks couldn't be matched to any known animal bite mark. Even the number of teeth didn't match any normal canines or animals. Okay, take a second. In the cases, and where I've spoke to people, in the Godsey case, in the McNeilis case, and the young girl in Oklahoma that survived a bite that the doctors said the bite mark looked that of a shark. Many rows of teeth close together, sharp, elongated, that look like stab marks. How many of these deaths are we hearing here recently that the police believe that they may have been stabbing victims? That the teeth do not match any on record of a land-dwelling animal. Land-dwelling animal. It's as if a shark is taking a bite of these people. That, guys, is scary. Whatever this creature is, it has rows of teeth. They're not matching any canine teeth. That's what throws me on this one. A wolf man, a dog man, a werewolf, whatever you want to call them, you would think would have canine incisors and canine bite marks. Maybe larger than normal, but given they would still be canine. This creature, bite marks couldn't be matched to any known animal. Even the number of teeth didn't match any normal canines or land-dwelling animals, or they also name creatures. In the wake of the attack on Hamilton and the lack of a culprit, friends and neighbors are looking to blame a Black Panther for the attack. Hamilton's cousin says she believes the animal responsible is a cougar because she saw one outside of her home, or what she thought was a cougar, weeks after the attack. But at her home, she had also heard noises that she had never heard before, moans, groans, and growls, and scratching at her house. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? I was just in awe, and it just never looked at me, just a gaze. This creature was gazing at her, jet black with the longest tail you could ever imagine. It was unimaginable, says Hamilton's cousin, Ollie Allen. Was this a panther, or was it a black dog man? Or a black creature, as they say, because the teeth don't match. None of the reports mention that there were any signs of an animal feeding on her. I would expect if something attacked her because it was hungry, there would be some signs of predation. Okay. On the first initial report that I done on this, I read the report myself. It said that Miss Hamilton was consumed alive. She was alive when she was found. She was consumed alive. Now, right here, they're backpedaling, they're redacting, and they're covering up, and they're not going with their first initial report because the first initial report stated she was consumed alive. Miss Hamilton was alive when they found her. They're saying that whatever this creature was not feeding on her because it was not hungry. Well, that's a lie, because they even said in their own report, not only had it consumed her while she was alive, but there was also a dead nutria in the area that they debated on if it even belonged in the area. But nonetheless, it was in the area. It was killed, they believe, by the same creature because the DNA was the same as what was on her. So if it was hunting to eat a nutria, it had caught her and consumed part of her. This animal did hunt her to kill her. They're just trying to cover it up. Sorry, that irritates me. All the wounds mentioned were on her arms and head. Typical defensive wounds if an attacker is your height. Now, see, that's important, guys. All the wounds mentioned were on her arms and head. Typical defensive wounds if your attacker is your height or taller. If dogs, wolves, coyotes had dragged her down, this is a professional statement, I would have expected some wounds to have been on her legs, arms, torso, buttocks. She didn't have any of that. If a cougar had attacked her, they prefer a surprise attack and typically go for the neck. The wounds were bad enough that some investigators thought they could be from a cougar, but again, no DNA evidence indicated a cat even at the scene or a large cat. It was all unknown canine species. The first report, guys, said that she was consumed alive. It was all over the news. Good luck trying to find those now. The second one, the injuries were not recognized by professionals. Professionals did not recognize the bite marks on her, the teeth, how many rows of teeth that were in this attack, how large the bites were. No land-dwelling animal or creature on record. She did not die the day she was attacked. In fact, they said that whenever they left the scene that she was somewhat coherent in the ambulance. I believe she lived 2 or 3 days after the initial attack. The weird thing is, they said she never gave a report, and that she also was uncooperative. Did she give a report? And the reason they called her uncooperative is because she wouldn't say what they needed her to say attacked her. Is that what made Miss Hamilton uncooperative? She was an intelligent lady. She was a teacher. She was really well known in her town. She was looked up to. Is it because she didn't play the narrative of everybody else? You see, that's the problem nowadays, in my opinion. People don't want to go out and do what they want to do or what they need to do. People are too worried about what other people think. And if you worry about what other people think, you're going to end up living other people's lives, other people's dreams, and you're going to end up giving other people statements. You know yourself what you need. You know yourself what you want. You got one time in life to be a person, to be a good person, and to be a person of integrity. And if you don't have integrity, it doesn't matter anyway. You got to keep your integrity. You got to keep your word. That is very important. I was taught that young. It doesn't mean people are going to listen to it. And it doesn't mean people are going to agree with it. And it doesn't mean people are going to make it easy on you when you go out on your own. But you know, integrity is usually the person that walks against the crowd, not with the crowd. And in the end, I think it's very important. And I think that she was probably labeled uncooperative because she probably didn't say the narrative that they needed. I hope, and I'm not saying it is, but I hope that that's not the reason she did not survive her attack. I'm going to leave it there, guys, before I go too deep. Thank you for watching. I'm working on another one out of India. I think y'all are going to find very important. Got some big shows coming up. I appreciate each and every one of you. Share us out. Keep your head on a swivel. Until next time, guys, do not be something's dinner. We'll see you on the next one, Abnormal Family.